Hi, I'm Taylor,
And I'm Tina.
and today we're going to show you how to do the Energizer 500 miles. So first, we're going to begin by showing you how the Energizer goes step by step. So first, you're going to start with lasso, 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 yee-haw. And then the next step is you're going to do ski, 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 ski. And then you're going to go tree, 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 tree. And then you go swim, 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 swim. Hit your head on the wall. Oh, 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 oh. And then you're gonna walk. When the chorus comes on, it's gonna say, I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. And that's basically the steps to the Energizer 500 miles.
When I wake up,
Lasso,
well, I know
lasso,
I'm gonna be
lasso,
the man who wakes up next to you.
Yeehaw.
When I go out,
Ski,
yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you.
ski, ski,
If I get drunk,
swim,
well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, 'cause I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Hi, welcome to the Walk to End Epilepsy for Lubbock, Texas. My name's Kim Schober, and I'm on the chairperson for your walk today, and I'm on the local Epilepsy Foundation board. We really appreciate everyone's participating and supporting of our walk this year. It's a cause that is very, very dear to my heart, and you'll understand why in just a little bit. This is the first year we've actually done the Walk to End Epilepsy. And of course, this is the first year we've done any of our walks in a virtual setting. And we really appreciate everyone logging on and participating in our event today. Of course, you know, with the COVID and all the isolation that we're having to do, we do appreciate you being here, and we're doing our best to keep all of our supporters safe and sound, and that's why we opted to go ahead and make the event virtual. And we just want everyone, we'd love for everybody to actually get out and do a walk today of some sort. And what I'll challenge you that to when you're walking to take some time and think about what you are supporting. Epilepsy Foundation does so much for our community, for the patients who have epilepsy in our community. They provide clinics all over Texas, and they will provide medication free of charge to a lot of patients that can't afford those medications. During the COVID, we have switched over and doing most of our visits virtually through a telemed system, and our Epilepsy Foundation has worked really hard to continue that service to our epilepsy patients, even when everything was shut down. The Epilepsy Foundation provides education in many different formats for patients who have epilepsy and their families. Their website is just covered up with education. If you ever want to know anything about epilepsy, if you go to the Epilepsy Foundation it's EFTX.org. Their website will have all the kind of information on it that you need. During the pandemic, they've also provided webinars on Facebook Live. They've done Zoom webinars. They've worked really, really hard to continue to keep our epilepsy patients informed and up to date on the most recent technologies and treatments that they can have as patients with epilepsy and people living with it on a day-to-day basis. Historically, and a lot of the funds that we do raise through events like this go to sending youth and kids to camp in order to learn about epilepsy and to learn ways to have fun when you do have epilepsy. The kids, when they get to go to camp from elementary all the way through high school, they get to do things that they don't normally get to do because they have epilepsy, or they just get to go to a camp that a lot of times they're not allowed to go to camp because of their condition. They also get to meet other people that have epilepsy, and they get to experience and make friends with people that have the same conditions as they do. I have with me today my daughter Chloe and her best friend Cameron, and they're going to talk to you about their experiences at camp when they were younger. So here they are.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, my name is Cameron.
We met at Camp Kaleidoscope in 2017.
When I showed up at camp, I didn't really have any friends, and it's kind of weird. And then I kind of met Cameron. Yeah. I helped her throughout her first year. We didn't really know each other, and then we became friends throughout camp.
My favorite thing about camp was probably the warm-ups in the morning.
Oh, energizers. Those are fun.
Those are fun.
One of my favorite things at camp I like to do is the high zip lining. That is a lot of fun. So if y'all go to camp, you should do that because it's a lot of fun. Medical staff there at camp is absolutely amazing. I will say that they make sure that you are at the window at breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, whenever you have to take your medicine, that you are going to take your medicine right there at the window with them. So there's no forgetting about taking your medicine. The whole cabin goes to that specific assigned door for you to take your medicine with the rest of your cabin if they have the same time that you take your medicine. A great thing about camp is I learned that I was not the only one at epilepsy before I attended camp. I was able to meet friends like Chloe here who also had epilepsy, and I could relate. They could check on me, I could check on them, and they can relate with people, you can relate with them. You have your epilepsy family, so that's that. Since camp, we have kept in touch. I live in Houston, she lives in Lubbock.
Our families have grown like super close.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chloe and Cameron. Now, please stay with us as we have a little introduction of our sponsors and some other people that help this event be possible. Thanks for your attendance, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim, Chloe, and Cameron, for sharing your story with us today. I am Tiffany Schuler, Development Team Leader for Epilepsy Foundation Texas. I'm thrilled to spend my day with you all at the Lubbock Walk to End Epilepsy. All funds raised here at this event go directly towards programs and services right here in West Texas. Now I'd like to introduce you to Donna Stallhut, CEO of Epilepsy Foundation Texas.
What a glorious day in Texas. Today we celebrate Epilepsy Awareness Month with 4 virtual walks to end epilepsy across the state of Texas, starting in far west Texas in El Paso, moving on to Lubbock, then to the Woodlands outside Houston, and then to East Texas and our wonderful city of Tyler. Thank you all for joining us today. This is a remarkable day in the life of the Epilepsy Foundation. We have some really core main programs. We have our medical clinics, our world's largest camping programs, our support systems in place to help those struggling with epilepsy, and our educational efforts. But today our efforts focus on raising awareness about epilepsy. We do that in many ways. We educate the public. Actually, Texas public school personnel must all now be trained by the Epilepsy Foundation in seizure recognition and first aid. There's some 700,000 of those good folks, and we have so far educated 200,000. We also are launching this month our seizure first aid certification training that you get by going to epilepsy.com first aid. You should take it. I took it and I learned so much from that program. Our goal is to make Texas the most safe place in the country for folks with epilepsy, and we need your help to do that. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for walking in honor of someone with epilepsy. Thanks for walking in honor of yourself if you have epilepsy. Or thank you to the many of you who walk in memory of someone whose life was lost to epilepsy. We are all in this together. We're all going to win this fight, and we will end epilepsy. Thank you and have a great day.
We now go to Melissa Johnston, the local representative for SK Life Science, one of our incredible national sponsors.
Thank you for joining us today for the West Texas Walk to End Epilepsy. My name is Melissa Johnston. I am the local neuroscience account manager with SK Life Science. In Texas, almost 300,000 people are diagnosed with epilepsy each year. Epilepsy is more than seizures, and it takes more than one person to fight it. At SK Life Science, everything we do is with the purpose of supporting patients, caregivers, and the entire CNS community. We are a global pharmaceutical company focused on the research, development, and treatment of central nervous system disorders, and are the U.S. subsidiary of SK Biopharmaceuticals based in Korea. In addition to having a treatment approved in the U.S. for partial onset seizures in adults, the companies have a pipeline of 8 compounds in development for CNS disorders, including epilepsy. Our mission remains the same. As long as there are unmet needs in the epilepsy and CNS community, we will keep working. We will continue to explore the complex mysteries of the brain to find answers for patients, caregivers, and healthcare professionals, because you're worth it. For more than 50 years, the Epilepsy Foundation has been fighting on the front lines to advocate for and support the 3.4 million people with epilepsy in the U.S. We share the Foundation's sense of urgency and its deep commitment to addressing the needs of epilepsy by increasing awareness, innovation, and opportunities for community connection. We are thrilled to be partnering with the Epilepsy Foundation in the fight against epilepsy here in West Texas, and we look forward to helping you advance the mission to end epilepsy. You and your story matter in this fight. Together, we can make a positive impact. It's time to take action. These events exist to end epilepsy. And even though these times call for joining hands virtually and maybe not physically, we are proud to join with all of you in taking one step closer to our ultimate and shared goal. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this special day with you. Now, let's keep up the fight and walk to end epilepsy.
I walk to be another voice fighting for those living with epilepsy.
We walk for Bradley.
I walk for my husband, Jeff.
I walk for my husband, Josh, who was diagnosed with epilepsy when he was 6 and lived with it uncontrolled for years bravely.
I walk for all the kids like me who were diagnosed when they were little.
We walk for Carson.
I walk for epilepsy awareness.
I walk because I'm an epilepsy warrior.
I walk to help send more kids to camp.
I walk in memory of my grandson, Bradley.
I walk for my daddy who has epilepsy.
I walk to bring innovation to the fight against epilepsy.
I walk to end epilepsy.
I'm excited to introduce you to Craig Chambliss, President and CEO of Neurelis, and Mary Nevers, the Lubbock representative. Neurelis is a national sponsor of the Walk to End Epilepsy.
Neurelis, we take this responsibility to the epilepsy community very seriously. It's not about just bringing a product to the market, it's about bringing other programs and support materials to help better manage epilepsy. And so we will be working with patients, with their caregivers, with patient advocacy organizations, with nurses, physicians, other healthcare providers, through programs like My Neurelis, through other printed materials, help better manage and be prepared for seizure emergencies, and look for opportunities to help enhance the management of epilepsy, because that's just part of the responsibility that we have.
Hi, I'm Mary, your Neurelis representative for West Texas, and I'm honored to be a part of the Walk to End Epilepsy. At Neurelis, we value the patients, the providers, and the care partners. We work hard to provide innovative solutions while the search for a cure continues. Check out our products and services at neurelis.com. Until then, be empowered.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Moreau, and I'm the Assistant Director at the Epilepsy Foundation, Texas. I'm inviting you, your friends, and your family to join us in the Seizure First Aid Certification Training this November. We have a challenge going on. We want to get 2,020 people trained in seizure recognition and first aid. The Epilepsy Foundation recently launched the first and only seizure recognition and first aid certification to support the 3.4 million Americans living with epilepsy. The certification is free, and it provides information to increase public knowledge, skills, and confidence in recognizing seizures and safely administering first aid. The certification training is led by Epilepsy Foundation certified instructors and is available through live webinars scheduled throughout the month of November. Help us reach our goal of training 2,020 people during National Epilepsy Awareness Month. To register for a training, visit epilepsy.com/first aid. Together, we can make Texas the safest state in our country for people living with epilepsy. Please join us.
It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Shelley Crutchfield, Neurology Account Manager for Greenwich Biosciences, an amazing national sponsor to the Walk to End Epilepsy.
Hello everyone, my name is Shelley Crutchfield and I am honored to be speaking to you virtually today on behalf of Greenwich Biosciences and our entire team. As a nationwide presenting sponsor, Greenwich Biosciences is proud to partner with the Epilepsy Foundation and its affiliates for events like this across the country. We are united in what we're trying to accomplish here today, and that is to raise epilepsy awareness and to have a positive effect on care, on research, and on the lives of those who are impacted by seizures. There are so many families who wake up every day to the reality of epilepsy. There are people listening to this right now who have been fighting against it their entire lives. And there are others who are not able to join us today. But as a community, we never give up the hope that one day we will overcome the challenges of living with this disease. This is what drives us. You may know us best as the company researching and delivering FDA-approved cannabinoid medicines to help address serious conditions, but also know that our focus is you. Patients and families are at the center of everything we do, and we strive to make a positive and meaningful difference in their lives, in your lives. We were all hoping that this walk would go on as planned, but it's still wonderful to see the community come together, even during uncertainty in times like this, when it's so essential that we stay physically apart. But next year, we'll be back together, stronger than ever. Stay safe and strong, and have a great virtual walk.
Hello, Michael Korn here. I'm here to take my walk for the Walk to End Epilepsy fundraiser this year. I've had epilepsy since the 3rd grade, which has had such an effect on my life, and know for a fact that we need to do something about it. So I decided to participate in the event to help spread awareness for it, because something needs to be done to help improve the lives of those with epilepsy. One thing that comes to my mind that epilepsy has kept me from doing in my life is driving, which has in a way kept me from being able to connect with other people and made me feel lonely. However, throughout the coronavirus pandemic, I've realized that I could feel even lonelier. I saw online that the Walk to End Epilepsy fundraiser was going to be done virtually this year, and started to think this would be a nice way for the company I work for, First Service Residential, to do something together while separated, and suggested for us to participate in it. When I heard they agreed to, I felt so supported and so much less alone. We got together a team of my coworkers, and First Service Residential even donated $50 to the first 10 volunteers, and we raised $1,838 altogether. There hasn't been anything I've ever participated in that has ever made me feel so much less alone in my whole life, which is exactly what I needed since the coronavirus pandemic started. So thank you to all our team sponsors. This has been such an amazing experience. I couldn't feel more proud of the results my team and I accomplished.
I would now like to turn it over to Nikki Turnbow, local representative for UCB, our statewide sponsor of the Walk to End Epilepsy.
Good morning to all the participants of this Lubbock Walk for Epilepsy. We're honored to share a few words of support with everyone participating today. My name's Nikki Turnbow, and I work for UCB, where our ambition is to transform the lives of people living with epilepsy. We're proud to support this event and participate alongside everyone today. Our support doesn't end here. We are committed to advancing research to improve the lives of people living with epilepsy and finding solutions that help patients live at their ideal. Thank you for your participation, engagement, and voice. You refuse to let this disease get the best of you, and we are so inspired by your resilience. You continue wearing your purple, creating awareness, and walking in support of everyone impacted by epilepsy. For those living with epilepsy, keep your heads high and don't back down. We're here to celebrate and support you. Let's walk on.
So thank you for listening to our presentation. I want to give a shout out, first of all, to the Epilepsy Foundation committee members that helped make this event possible, and all the hard work that went into that, especially Tiffany Schuler. Oh my gosh, we couldn't do this without her. Also, our sponsors, we really do appreciate them. Greenwich Biosciences, SK Life, Neurelis, AZI, UCB, Lebanova, and the Texas Tech Health Sciences Center University Department of Neurology. Thanks to all you guys and everything you've done. You guys get out there, enjoy the day, and thank you so much for supporting the Epilepsy Foundation. It is very much appreciated by all of the families and the patients that live with epilepsy every single day. Thank you so much. Bye.